Good morning. It's good to see you today. Come on with us to Matthew chapter 3. Matthew 3, read a few verses along with us this morning. Verse 13. It says, Then Jesus came from Galilee to John at the Jordan to be baptized by him. And John tried to prevent him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, or are you coming to me? But Jesus answered and said to him, Permit it to be so now, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness. I want you to think about a few points concerning what the Lord says. One is, consider how gentle the Lord is with John here, with John the Baptist. He real easily could have said, Listen, bud, just do what I tell you to do. But he didn't do that. Remember what he says, Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, you will find rest for your souls. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, he says. His burden is light. Yes, he commands us, but even as he commands us, just think about how gentle he is. That he really is gentle, and he just the demeanor that he has. Permit it to be so now. Permit it to be so now, for thus it is fitting. And that's the thing. Our second point I wanted to consider, he gives the reason. He doesn't just say, just do it. He doesn't even just say, just permit it to be so now. He gives the reason, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness. Yes, the Lord commands us. Yes, the Lord tells us what to do, but he also tells us why to do it. He tells us, he commands us, but he does not expect us to just follow him blindly. He gives us the reason, and it is logical, and it is reasonable. And you hear what he says, and you think about it. And as you meditate upon it, and as you come to your own conclusion, but as you come to your conclusion, it's the conclusion he wants you to come to, and you do follow him because it makes sense. He gives the why. And just think about how wonderful that is. He doesn't have to tell us why. He could just simply say, do it. But he tells us, he says, this is why you need to do it and why you should do it. But another aspect of this verse is there's a facet of fellowship, if you will. As he says, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness. There's a fellowship there. It's a wonderful thing that the Lord wants to work with us. That is a wonderful aspect of the church. And it is fitting that it is the church as you have the groom and the bride coming together, being united. There's a fellowship there. Permit it to be so, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness. And there you have the aim of the whole thing. Consider the aim. That's our last point today. To fulfill all righteousness. A lot of times we're tempted to just fulfill some righteousness. Think about the rich young ruler. You remember what Jesus says, one thing you lack. He says, but if you want to be perfect, go and sell what you have, and you have that verse. A lot of folks, they are content to not be perfect. A lot of folks are content to not fulfill all righteousness. Well, as Jesus is baptized, we see the true aim. God has thoroughly furnished us unto every good work, that the man of God may be complete, may be perfect, as you have that verse. Hope you enjoyed the study today. It says, then he allowed him, and the Lord was baptized. And that's our example. Hope you enjoyed the study. God bless you. Be a blessing to others. We hope to see you tomorrow morning.